Hey, what's up everybody? This is Like It's 1985 and this is my review of Transformers Generations Fall of Cybertron Deluxe Class Air Raid. And this of course is a repaint of the Shockwave figure from the same Fall of Cybertron line. And looks really nice. I mean, I actually was, of the 5 figures that have been recently released from the Fall of Cybertron Generations line, this is the figure that I was least anticipating. But now that I actually have the figure in hand and seeing the paint apps and just the work that Hasbro has done to make this a unique figure, it's actually not too bad. And here we look at the color scheme here. You can see really nice gold paint, silver paint here on the side. And it actually comes with a different weapon, which I will get into in a minute here. But yeah, just look at the actual repainted vehicle mode here. So with that said, let's go ahead and get into the transformation. So first off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the weapons. Now you do have actually 2 separate weapons. This weapon here actually is a sword, and you can see it folds out. Whoop, oops. And comes off like that, but it's supposed to attach to this peg here and come together to form a sword. So that's really cool. And nice silver paint, nice translucent plastic, pretty neat. And then you have the other weapon here. It mounts in the same location as Shockwave's weapon did in the vehicle mode. You want to extend out this here and just unpeg it from the actual main vehicle. And let me go ahead and separate here first at the front and take out this weapon. It just pegs in here. There we go. Take a look at the weapon there, pretty cool. And it actually does separate into 2 different pieces. This actually comes off like that. So you have a gun and then you have a sword combination, I guess. It's really cool. Really nice paint apps on this. So transformation, let's go ahead and take care of that. I've actually already reviewed the Shockwave figure, so I won't dwell on the transformation too much other than to just show you on camera here. So there you go, robot mode for Fall of Cybertron Air Raid, and the figure comes packaged in actual in the robot mode, and I was really surprised at the level of detail and different sculpting that Hasbro went to actually make this a unique figure. And we can take a look at the head sculpt there, really nice. Got the Autobot symbol there. And the chest actually is a remold of the Shockwave figure. And here Shockwave, you can see the chest is an entirely different mold. And of course the head's different, of course. And pretty much that's the main differences between the 2 figures here in terms of remolding. But yeah, really nice figure here. Articulation remains the same. You got articulation at the head. The head actually does have light piping, and you got shoulder articulation, arms, elbows. There is no waist articulation. Legs on a ball joint, forward, back, out to the side, bend to the knee, and that is what you have for articulation. Remains the same with this figure as it was with the Shockwave figure. Weaponry. So I showed you this before. You can certainly arm him up. And let me see here. Something like that. And they do show in the instructions that what you can do is store a part of this weapon on the back. What I mean by that is you can take the section here, plug this back in here, and actually that makes it easier to actually have him wield it in his hand like that, now that I think about it, because as you saw I was struggling to get the weapon positioned correctly in the correct pose with this on there. But the instructions show you can actually store this on the back, and they show it stored like this, sort of like a G1 onslaught type of look with the barrels of the weapons facing upward. So they show that in the instructions, and now that I think about it, that makes a lot more sense to have that stored in the back because it makes it much easier for him to wield this. So there you go. Pretty darn cool. I mean, I'm really impressed with the way that Hasbro has not only applied some great paint apps, but they actually had some significant resculpting for this figure. As I mentioned before, the chest is totally different, and they've got totally different weapons, and yet they still store the same way in vehicle mode, which is pretty darn cool. One thing I wanted to try, and I haven't tried this off camera, so this will be interesting. I wanted to see if he can wield Shockwave's weapon. And I'll be honest, I didn't really examine the arms closely to see if they're actually a close match. See if I can remember how to get this off here. Yeah, there we go. It appears to be they are sculpted identical. So let me go ahead and try that out here. The only thing I didn't like about this weapon was it's so hard to get off of the figure. That's right, you gotta fold his arm in, and that should line up with that. And let me put this back on here for the full effect. But you can see, yeah, sorry about the camera there. There we go. Trying to remember which way to put that on. Let me get this. This is kind of loose back here, by the way, at least on my figure. So that's kind of annoying, but yeah, there you go. You can wield Shockwave's signature weapon. Let me go and take that off though. So yeah, really impressed with this figure being a significant retool and repaint of the Shockwave figure. So there you go, Transformers Generations Fall of Cybertron Deluxe Class Air Raid. And to close the review, quick look at the packaging. And it's got an awesome picture of Air Raid there. Sorry again about the camera. You can see there, really cool. And on the back here you have his bio. Of course, we'll look at his robot and vehicle modes and his statistics. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.